Is the title of this video slightly inflammatory? Yes. But I have a point, I promise. Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are very, very well. Forgive the absence, we had technical difficulties, but we should be back, and you don't need to hear all about it because it's incredibly boring, but welcome! Like I said, I appreciate that the title of this video is a little bit inflammatory, and I do genuinely apologise for that, but I kind of mean it. Over the last few months, I do want to say that this is over a few months. This is not in the last few weeks have I bought this many pairs of black boots. And one of them was actually purchased over a year ago. So this is all my justification for my spending habits, apparently. It is something that I feel like I need to talk about. I am a humongous.
Big mistake. Big. Huge. I have to go shopping now.
I am a massive advocate of shopping pre-loved. It's the most sustainable way you can get some incredible bargains, like so much better quality for so much less money. Like I say, environmentally, it's just the best thing we can be doing right now in terms of, fashion and our spending and our clothes. Because enjoying clothes is okay. I think it's important to say that. Shopping is fun. Dopamine is nice. Like, all of these things are okay. I think it's just, it's good to think about. However, there are downsides to it, and I think I definitely don't really speak about those enough. And obviously, I want to keep this channel a very positive place, and this is an overall positive video, but like I say, I do just want to talk about the fact that there are downsides to shopping pre-loved, and hopefully by the end of this video, you will have learned from my mistakes and you will be in a better position to make your own pre-loved purchases. Story time. I have been searching for the perfect pair of black boots for quite a long time. Now, my most recent video was a purchase of a pair of black boots. I actually have a little bit of they haven't quite worked out as well as I was hoping in that video, but we will get to them. I've been searching for the perfect pair of black boots. They are by far my most worn footwear item of the winter. Like autumn, winter, spring, to be honest, I end up wearing them in summer as well, if it is rainy, which, hello, I live in the UK. But I have been struggling really to knuckle down exactly what I wanted. And this is actually where I will say I made the mistake of not going into shops and trying on as many styles of black leather, ankle, ideally slightly above the ankle, boot that I could find. I should have done this because the result, I'm genuinely slightly embarrassed to show you this. It's the fact that I now own this many pairs of black boots. All of these have been purchased pre-loved, and all of them were non-returnable. Now, I actually am keeping all of these. I like all of them for slightly different reasons. And I know a lot of people would say, that's fine. Loads of people have this many pairs of black boots, but also this is more black boots than any one person needs, and none of them are perfect. I would rather have one coat that's perfect, one pair of boots that's perfect, one pair of trainers that's perfect. And what is perfect? That's the thing that you need to figure out. And that was the thing that I didn't figure out. I think I'm nearly there now. Through my extensive market research, I have now kind of figured out what it is I'm looking for. And I went through this in my last video, so please go and watch that video because I actually detail exactly what I'm looking for there. But this video is all about the mistakes I made when purchasing these. So let's dive in. The first pair of black boots I purchased was actually over a year ago, and I got this beautiful pair of leather ankle boots from a charity shop actually in London. So very much non-returnable. I know they say you can return things to a charity shop, but who's I couldn't do that. I literally couldn't. These are by Daniel. Now, Daniel is actually a footwear brand that I really, really like. I have purchased shoes from them new. Sometimes they can err onto the side of being kind of dupes, which I don't love, but some of their designs are just absolutely lovely. This is a beautiful shoe, okay? Objectively, I love it. I have actually found this boot incredibly difficult to style. And if anybody has, by the way, if anyone has any advice on how to style any of these, then please, please, please let me know, because I genuinely love all of these. That's why I bought them, but I'm struggling with them for different reasons. So the number one thing I find difficult about this boot is the height. What are we wearing this with? If I wear it with wide leg black trousers, then it looks lovely, but it's very smart. That's a very sort of smart, almost a bit workwear look. If I worked in a job that required that kind of an outfit, perfect. I'd probably be wearing these every single day. But I don't, that's not my lifestyle. If I wear them with dresses or skirts, then you kind of got that cut off at the ankle problem, so I'd rather have something that's knee length. I love the aesthetics of them. I think I love it. I love this stitch. They're beautiful. The heel height on this one, as we will come to another one later, this is perfect. I love this. I could wear this height of heel every single day, all day. My feet actually feel more comfortable in a little bit of a heel. I love them. I love the posture it gives me. You know, all of these things. Love it. I don't know how to style this. What kind of trouser, dress, skirt would you wear this with? Because I love them and I want to wear them more. And every time I get them out and I think, right, I'm going to sell these on, I go, no, but I love them. They're beautiful. And I keep them. So help. Speaking of the heel height, which is not quite right, this is actually a pair that I got on eBay. And now there are things about this you will notice that are different from this, because I did learn some things from this. There is no hardware on these, so they can go with anything. They are much, much taller in the ankle. So you can wear these with a kind of ankle hitting trouser and they look beautiful. If this heel height was the same heel height as that, this would be perfect. But it's not. It's slightly too high. This is like a going out height for me. I would struggle to wear this all day, I think. I need to test them, but basically, if I was going into London for a day of rehearsals, would I choose this when I'm, traipsing around the underground and doing all my things and like potentially having to, frog march it because my train's late, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Would I choose this? No, really? I would go for a flat boot. So, but I love a bit of a heel. I love everything about it, apart from the fact that this is a bit too high, which is just so annoying. And these are actually the White Company. Beautiful, wonderful quality, but the heel's too high. So, made that mistake. Enter. Now, these I will give myself a little bit of grace for, because I did buy these thinking, okay, these are more, smarter, they're a bit more, they're a bit more of a vibe, these boots. And they are a vibe. I do still love them. These boots push me out of my comfort zone. Because, so these are actually All Saints. I love All Saints. All Saints is kind of how I aspire to dress. These are a beautiful pair of boots. They're pointed toe. I love the croc effect of the leather. Again, I think that gives it a bit of something different. And the heel height is perfect. However, I have never owned a pair of boots that have this kind of slanting, more Western style heel before. And it's taking some getting used to. I'll tell you that. Because of the way it's slightly slanted, you feel almost a little unsteady on them, especially when you first start wearing them. I'm getting used to them a little bit better, but I'm not sure they give you that like solid kind of good posture, poise kind of a feel, which is what I normally get from a heel like this. Obviously, all of these are block heel. We ain't going near the stilettos. If you have the kind of lifestyle that enables you to wear stiletto boots all the time, then congratulations. But that ain't me. Everybody hydrate. We've got 2 pairs of boots left. How are we all doing? We have the boot I spoke about in my autumn wishlist video. And what I talked about in that video was wanting a pair of flat, good chunky soles, so you've got a good bit of grip. These were going to be practical boots. They had to be, if it was snowing, if it was raining, sleeting, ice, I needed to be able to wear these. I wanted something that was plain, so it didn't have any laces, because this was something that I found I really, really wanted last sort of autumn, winter. And I wanted them to be high enough that I could wear them with, I really like a trouser that kind of hits on my ankle. I'm quite short, I'm only 5'4", and I just find that's the best, length on me. So I wanted something that would come underneath that. So these are brilliant. They are absolutely, you know, these are exactly what I was looking for. Apart from the error I made in these was sizing up. So I am normally at size 4. Ideally, I'm a 4.5 in shoes. 4.5, perfect. But I just found that I had a couple of pairs of shoes that were size 4 that just felt a little bit, you know, restrictive, or they rubbed a bit, and I was like, okay, maybe I am more of a 4.5 to a 5 than I thought. So I actually bought these in a 5 because, so that's a 38 in European sizes, because I was like, well, I'm going to be wearing them during the winter, so I can wear a pair of thick socks with them. True, and that is exactly what I do, but these are slightly too big for me, which just means that I feel like when I'm wearing them, my feet to me look massive and they absolutely don't. This is purely in my head, but they are really a bit too big for me, and I would have learned that. Again, if I'd gone into a shop, if I'd tried things on, I would have realised, no, you are a 4 to a 4.5, but it just kind of depends on the style of the shoe. These aren't going anywhere. I've worn them a lot. But yeah, just I like I say, I do have to wear a thick pair of socks with them, which means that, you know, are they all round year round appropriate? Not so much. And like I say, they are a bit too big for me, really. But that was, you know, that was a punt I took, and I've learnt my lesson. And now we come to the most recent pair. This is the final pair. Everyone take a breath, we're nearly there. And these I spoke about extensively in my last video, so I won't warble on too much, but they have... I still love the style of them. I still love the aesthetics of them. I think they're absolutely perfect. But they have slightly disappointed me, actually, because where the toe is creased here as I walked, fine, no problem with the creasing. But can you see the sort of covering on the leather is coming away? Now, I was told in the listing that these were 100% leather. The upper was 100% leather. And if you sort of, you know, it's like... there's a coating, like a leather coating on it almost, and it's peeling away, which is really upsetting because to me, like, this now looks a bit scruffy, and I don't love that. So yeah, sadly, these haven't worked out in the way that I was hoping that they would in that video. And like I say, if I'd gone into the shop, I would have been able to see on the label that maybe they were PVC or coated leather. You know, these things are on the label, you can tell. And I would have been able to see them in person and maybe figure that out. But yeah, I am just really, really sad because I love everything about these, apart from the fact that they're peeling at the toe. After like 1 or 2 wears as well. Like, this happened really fast. So I'm disappointed because, like I said in my last video, I had a pair of River Island boots before and they were perfect. Like, you know, they wore out because I wore them so much. Like, that's okay. But they were really good quality, and I really, really liked them. So yeah, I mean, I might see if I can kind of get that to sort of stick down, but to be honest, it bothers me. So yeah, maybe these were not the triumph that I was hoping that they were going to be. How many black boots did you think you could see in the space of 15-20 minutes? Thank you so much. If you've made it to the end of this video, you are an absolute trooper and I love you. The takeaways from this whole process for me are that if you are buying to be honest, if you're buying anything pre-loved, just bear in mind that you can't always send these things back. And particularly with something like a shoe, there's a reason that we all do, you know, I'm sure we all remember this, going to Clark's with your mum, putting on a shoe and then being told to walk around for a while and just don't know what to do myself. Oh man, I miss those days. But the reason that they did that was to see if this shoe fitted you, if it suited you, if it was comfortable, if you liked it. And particularly when it comes to something like shoes, I think you really, really need to go and do some in-person research before you start shopping for them pre-loved. I'm still a massive advocate of buying them pre-loved. Like I say, all of these boots were either brand new or very lightly worn. Absolute bargains, but they actually aren't bargains because collectively, these boots probably have cost me about £200 when you put them all together, which isn't, for this many pairs of boots, that isn't a huge amount of money. But on its own, I could buy a very nice pair of brand new boots for £200. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, probably something that would suit me better. Like, all of these combined, voila, you have, you know, the perfect thing. And so, therefore, it's been an expensive experiment. and I have definitely, you know, it's been a bit of a hard-hitting lesson for me because I am a self-titled pre-loved queen. I can find you almost anything. If you send me an item, I'll find it for you. Sometimes I think I should be like one of those, what do you call it? Like a buyer for a pre-loved, you know, shop or website. I think I'd love that. But, you know, I am good at it most of the time. And I think this has just really highlighted to me that just because you're shopping pre-loved does not always mean that you're getting a better deal than if you'd actually just gone into a shop and bought the thing you wanted in the first place, rather than trialing it by buying loads and loads of different things. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am so grateful. If you've made it to the end, you are an absolute hero. This was a lot of shoes. I appreciate that. But thank you so much for being here. Technical issues should have been resolved now, so I will say that I will see you next Saturday, but subscribe to my channel and set alerts, then you'll be notified when I do upload, so you definitely won't miss anything. And if there are any, you know, issues or anything, then follow me on Instagram. I'm doing my absolute best this year to be far more active, especially on my Instagram stories. I actually really enjoyed it. It's been really fun, and there's just lots of pictures of Tilly, to be quite frank, but I will keep you updated on what is going on. And like I say, we should be fine now. We should be fine now. All the love to you. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.